Good morning students, hope all of you are fine. So in the last class we have studied about chapter 2, that is universe, the home of our earth, and today we will continue with the chapter. But before that I will give you a quick recap of the chapter. In the first question it was asked, what is universe? Universe is a vast expanse of dust, gases, stars, clouds and galaxies. This vast expanse of space is our universe. It is huge and is continuously getting bigger and bigger. Most astronomers believe that the universe some 10 to 20 billion years back. They named this event the Big Bang. As the universe cooled, the materials in it combined to form various objects or bodies, some round and some other irregular. So this was what is Big Bang. And the next question it was, what is universe and its members? So the members comprises of stars, asteroids, comets, planets, satellites, meteors, galaxies, and these all comprises of the universe. Then it was asked, what is galaxy? A galaxy is a huge group of stars clustered together with the planets and other members of the universe. Our own galaxy, to which our solar system belongs, is the Milky Way. The most important part of a galaxy are the stars. Stars are hot, shining balls of burning gases. The sun is such a star. It is a medium-sized star, which means there are stars which are either bigger or smaller than our sun. The sun gives us light and heat. Surrounding the sun are planets. These are circular bodies which move around the sun. They do not have their own heat and light, but reflect the light of the sun. There are 8 planets. These 8 planets going round the sun. The sun together with its planets is known as the solar system. And one interesting fact that I told you is that all planets revolve around the sun from west to east, except Venus and Uranus, which move from east to west. And I have also given you a planet fact. That chart you have to read. That is more interesting part, and you have to remember one thing, that each planet takes its own time to complete one revolution. And I have also told you what is revolution and rotation. So today we are going to start with the satellites. What do you mean by satellite? Revolving around the planets are smaller round bodies. These are called attendants or companions of the planet, which is also known as the satellites. Satellites too do not have their own heat and light, but reflect the light of the sun. Our Earth has one satellite, that is the moon. On the other hand, Jupiter and Saturn have several satellites. We can see that in the chart that I have given you last day. Jupiter is having 66 satellites and Saturn is having 62 satellites. Uranus is having 27, Neptune is having 13, Mars is having 2, and our Earth has only 1, and Mercury and Venus do not have such satellites. So the next question is, what is asteroids? Moving around the sun between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter are small rocky bodies, mostly irregular in shape, and these are called asteroids. The largest known asteroid is the Ceres. And one thing I have missed out, that is the Jupiter is having one satellite, that name is Ganymede. It is the largest satellite in our solar system, and Ceres is the largest known asteroids which we have. Now we read about what is meteorites. Small rocky bodies moving in all directions at a very high speed in space are called meteorites. Probably these are rock pieces which have escaped from the asteroid belt. So meteors are what? Are small rocky bodies that is moving in every direction, and it is moving in a very high speed, and that is in space, and these are called meteorites. And the next question is, what is comet? The unique object seen in space when it comes close to the sun is a comet. Comet is a lump of ice, dust and frozen gas. It has got tails that glows when it comes close to the sun. One example is that Halley's comet. And we have to remember one thing, comets can be seen after a long period of time. So what you come to know about the comet? It is a very unique object seen in space when it comes close to the sun is a comet. It is a lump of ice, dust and frozen gas. Now the next question arises, how do we come to know about the various objects in the universe? Since ancient times, people have always been eager to know about the objects they saw in the sky, namely the sun, the moon and the stars. So to look after that, telescope was invented, and it was invented by Galileo in the year 1609, means 1609. He discovered a lot of more new objects in the sky, as he could see the stars and the other planets situated far off through his telescope. So as time passed, people became more and more advanced and built rockets and spacecrafts. These spacecrafts have special instruments and cameras to record the information of space and take pictures. So next, humans went into space with this spacecraft. So the first man to go into space was Yuri Gagarin on the year 1961, 12th April, and he was from Russia. He was an Russian. And however, the greatest step of advancement by mankind was the landing of the moon by Neil Armstrong on 20 July 1969, and he was from United States of America. So this much is in the chapter. So we will do a quick recap what we have learned today. Today we have learned about satellites. What is satellite? Revolving around the planet are smaller round bodies. These are called attendants or companions of the planet, is also known as satellite. Satellites don't have their own heat and light, but reflect the light of the sun. Our Earth has one satellite, that is the moon, and on the other hand, Jupiter and Saturn have several satellites. I have told you Jupiter is having 66 satellite and Saturn is also having 62 satellite. Among these, the largest satellite is the Ganymede, which Jupiter is having, and it is the largest satellite in the solar system. Then we have read about asteroids. So moving around the sun between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter are small rocky bodies, mostly irregular in shape. These are called asteroids, and the largest asteroid is Ceres. Next, what is meteors? Small rocky bodies moving in all directions at a very high speed and in space. These are called meteors. These are rock pieces which have escaped from the asteroid belt. And the next part is comet. What is comet? It is a lump of ice, dust and frozen gases. It has tails that glows when it comes close to the sun, and very unique object seen in space when it comes close to the sun. Otherwise you cannot see it. It is a comet, and one example is that Halley's comet. And the next question is that how we come to know about the various objects in the universe? Through the telescope. So who invented telescope? Telescope was invented by Galileo in 1609. What was it used for? It was used to see many heavenly objects that we see in the sky, namely the sun, moon, stars and each and everything. As time passed, many people became more advanced and built rockets and spacecrafts. What are spacecrafts? Spacecrafts have special instruments and cameras to record the information of space and take pictures. And who was the first man to go to the space? It was Yuri Gagarin on 12th April 1961, and he was Russian. And the first man who stepped on the land of moon was Neil Armstrong on 20 July 1969, and he was an American. So this much for so this is the chapter, and next day we will do the question answers of this. So all of you stay at home and be safe. Thank you.